welcome to the Moon Magic Tarot channel. Thank you, Super Souls, so much for joining me. It really is a privilege to read for you. This is a single reading, so we are drawing cards to ask a very specific question, which is simply, what does the universe want you to know about right now? What is the information that the universe would like you to touch base with right now, depending on whatever is taking place in your world at this very moment? So we will draw some tarot cards. First of all, we have the Knight of Swords. This is your first card. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Seven of Wands. Ah, lovely. And we have the Three of Swords. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to draw some oracle cards as well. Your oracle card, first of all, is Nettle, Action. We will draw from another oracle pack as well. Ah, lovely. She rides, this card keeps coming up, she rides with wild spirit unbroken. Super Souls, if you've tuned into one of the other readings with this card, you'll probably know immediately it shows up that this is your reading and this is your message. So, Action, she rides with wild spirit unbroken. And I'm just going to also cut this pack and take out an affirmation for you as well. Wow. Look at this beautiful card. I release all negative thoughts of the past and all worries about the future. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful card. Okay, what a super lovely affirmation. Now, I hope you guys can actually see that. Can we see that? I hope it's not too bright, the light. But anyway, hopefully I'm sure that's fine. Okay, your message is really clear here. I think you are literally, I feel like you've been doing battle with indecision of some sort around something. And what is really rather good here, interestingly enough, I think you have, you've been trying to, I almost want to say you've been trying to sort of go it alone a bit too much with this one. And what is actually happening right here and right now? The universe is saying to you, look, you do need to take action. There's no question of it. But can you see here that to arrive at a place where this conflict, dilemma is completed, you can lay it to rest, release all negative thoughts. It's a question of taking it one step at a time, okay? Because at the moment, I think what's been happening, it's almost like you've been facing it head on. There's something that you're doing battle with. For some of you, it's been very much within your own mind. I mean, it's almost like your head has become, it's like this has taken up so much airplay that your head is just in a spin all of the time, and it's like it's your thoughts are not happy, they're not healthy about this. It's been really hard for you to feel like you can kind of work out what the best approach is. That's what I'm really seeing. Whatever's happening in the uniqueness of your world, you're trying to find the right approach, the right way forwards. It's taking up a lot of headspace, and the universe is really clear here. It's like, stand still. That lovely Four of Swords kind of energy. Now, I just want to move our cards around. Four of Swords energy is very much about, let's get still. And if we get still, we're going to be able to see things much more clearly. So rather than it going over and over and over and over in your head, this is a time to literally slow down and stop. Sometimes the action that we're called to take, I think there's two sets of actions here, so I'll voice them both. It's like number one action is actually get still, stop, slow it right down, okay? And then number two action is break this down into simple steps, okay? You don't even have to know where you're heading. Trust, because the universe, look at this beautiful spiral, the universe will take you to where you need to go. I release all negative thoughts of the past and all worries about the future. Okay, there's something around you that is feeling as if it has been hampering your progress, something you have struggled to break free from, whether that is some aspect of actual procrastination, or it's an actual circumstance, or it's both, where, to be honest, you've been in a kind of a feeling stuck, not okay, not quite sure how best to approach this kind of situation, and therefore there's been an element of ruminating, procrastination, or basically just stuff kind of overloading and getting you down. Take it step by step. Okay, break it down into simple, easy, what will I do next? One step at a time, and you're going to see your way through this quite clearly. Each step you take, you'll see the next one. And I think we're going to see a gathering of momentum here. So 2 sets of action. The first is, I want to say inaction, but it's not inaction really, as in it's not don't do anything. It's action as in get still and slow down the, I almost want to say some of the anxiety around it. I sort of feel it's just got a bit fraught around you, fraught in your head. Now, this step by step is what is going to bring this to a close. You're going to be able to lay this to rest and put it to bed. I think you got the rest and the bed combined there. Okay, but actually let's just go with that. You know, maybe you do just need to also, I feel, just cut yourself a bit of slack here. Don't try to force it, one step at a time, and make sure you rest in between. I think truly some of you have really, it's got fraught and it's got that kind of energy, and I think it can get into a bit of a, you know, like we get into that self-fulfilling prophecy where the more challenging emotions we're feeling, the more our negative thinking patterns kick in. And anyone new to my readings, I worked as an accredited counsellor, a psychotherapist for over 28 years, and I wrote a book called Mindfulness Meets Emotional Awareness. I'll put the link in the information box for anyone for whom this might be helpful, and I have a completely free library as well about emotions, psychological stuff. Do check out all the links. I'll put them in the information box below and the comments for phone users. But basically, super souls, certain negative emotions will trigger certain thinking patterns, and then those thinking patterns actually generate even more of the same emotions. And if you can actually connect with that book, you'll find there are exercises as well for every chapter, for every one of the most difficult emotions, that will literally teach you how to understand the emotion and also how to shift that repetitive cycle of sort of energy between emotions and between thinking patterns that are unhelpful. So just want to voice that as a helping hand. You know, check out the library, there's a ton of stuff. I release all negative thoughts of the past and all worries about the future, because I'm really seeing a lot of loaded anxiety, fraughtness. Fraught is the right word, I think, really. I'm also seeing, which is super lovely here, this lovely action through taking both, first of all, the action of slowing it down, followed by the action of then breaking it down step by step. Even if you can't exactly see where you're going, it's like trusting the universe is going to support you in this. Okay, because that's what we're seeing here, a ton of support. I release all negative thoughts of the past and all worries of the future. It's like letting go of that cycle, and it will be able to be, you'll be able to put this down and move ahead. I'm just going to draw a few runes for you as well to see where this is going. But your here and now reading is completely about stopping those thinking patterns and not doing battle within you and shifting the energy in that way. What we have here is we have the rune of fertility, we have the rune of defense, Yeah, you see, I think you've got a bit defensive. That's the fraughtness. We have the rune of flow. We have the blank rune. This is fantastic. We have the rune of Berkana and the rune of breakthrough. So, fertility, Berkana, they are fruit-bearing runes. Okay, this is a new phase of life. And the breakthrough is that light bulb moment, the point of change, when it all shifts and turns and everything starts to open up. The defensiveness, I'm seeing this is just that actually, again, it's that feeling that something around you is feeling stuck and restricted, and as if you're developing an aversion to stuff that doesn't resonate with you. Slow it down. Completion of beginnings is the Four of Swords energy. Meditate, get still, become an observer so that you can see what the individual steps are, one by one, and the flow will get going into a space of gestation. Gestation's like a pregnancy. You know, it's going to gestate. This step-by-step pathway will reveal itself. Berkana, the rune of growth, the breakthrough rune, we're going to see that moment of absolute clarity where you cross this sort of space where you're not sure what's happening. The conflict comes to an end because things move forwards, and that sense of liberation comes. She rides with wild spirit, unbroken. Super Souls, this was your little tiny spontaneous reading for today. I post readings pretty much, usually a reading every day, whether it's a tiny single one to touch base with spirit or it is a bigger pick a card reading. If you would like to get notification of all of my readings and never miss any, do press subscribe, hit the little bell icon so they come into your stream. Super Souls, I have a timeless readings playlist as well, which is a resource full of readings that answer specific questions. Do check out all of the links in the information box and the comments, and follow through with any that may be of help to you. It's all just a ton of free stuff that's available for you. Super Souls, tons and tons of love. Guidance is very clear today. Tons of love to you all.